Xbox flight simmers, I just want to take a moment and I want to say I'm sorry. The things that you've gone through and you will go through, there's not words, honestly. There's nothing I can say to reconcile the atrocities that Asobo and Microsoft have done to you. You are the most forgotten group of people in existence. And you know how I know? I once was one of you. That's right. You can break free, you can get out of it. But that's not always the most feasible thing. So today's video is more of a rant and hopefully a cry for help out to the makers of Microsoft Flight Simulator. And today I've decided to have a stain right here. I'm not sure what it is, but if I had to guess, it's some sort of oil because it doesn't go away, nor does it evaporate. And we've got a hole here, but that's on purpose. That one I actually put there on purpose. But Xbox, man, like for the longest time I was on a Series S, you know, back on 2020. I thank the good Lord in heaven above, I did not have to experience what 24 was like on the Series S. I don't even want to, and if you're one of those people, please leave your information below and I will find a way to send humanitarian aid to you because that's insane. I don't even want to know. I'll just give you money. I don't want to know how bad it was. But there's only so far that Xbox allows you to go in the immersive world of Flight Simulator. When I was on Xbox, I had loudspeakers, which were great. That's about it. That's the only, there's no external way to enjoy different programs, different aspects. So many planes, so many things, so many features of the sim are out of reach for Xbox people. Do you know how many times, as a new flight simmer, mind you, this is probably a year and a half ago. I mean, I'm fairly new to this, to aviation in general. I'd never been in a plane until, you know, last October, or the October before, anyway. You know how many things I'd watch on YouTube and get so psyched? I was like, that's freaking sick, dude. I can move my head and the camera move. What in the world? And then you dig, and it's every time. I remember this feeling well. I haven't thought about it in a while, but I remember the feeling of, it's just on PC. Oh, that's only on PC. The amount of time, if I had $1 for every time I said that, I could probably buy the premium deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. That's a lot of dollars when you really think about it. That's like 130, whatever it is, times I had to say that. Every cool plane that I loved and that I was so excited to get, and there's one in particular I'll talk about in a second, which is different now. It's now on Xbox, but anyway, we'll get there. Every time a cool Jonathan Beckett video, I'm watching it, I'm all in it, watching V1 do some streams. No, PC only. And it was just such a letdown. So any Xbox person out there knows that exact feeling. And to you, again, my condolences. I'm sorry. But the plane that I wanted that took forever, I didn't think it was going to be, but took forever to move to Xbox was the analog tip tank Bonanza. That was my dream. I was new to aviation. I was watching Matt Guffmiller videos, going through the Idaho mountains in a tip tank Bonanza. That seemed so fun. And I was like, I'm going to replicate that. Watching all these videos, I was like, $30, that's not bad, whatever, you know. Only to find out that it's not on Xbox. Today's sponsor is Poop in My Pants. Use coupon code BudgetFlightSim for 25% off your first poo. So look into that. If there's one thing that made flight simming on the Xbox a little better, and if you're on Xbox, this might help you, is have your phone, have your iPad, your computer, anything with like a headphone jack. Get your headphones on, and online type in, you know, live ATC, and just have that over there. Have your headphones on, and flying the sim. That's the one thing that I could think to do that actually, increased immersion or made it more fun. Everything else that Flight Sim has to offer, you're not allowed to have, okay? And I always thought, I guess PCs, you can download different programs and then I thought, they're the same F-wording company. That's Microsoft. Microsoft makes Xbox. Last time I checked, they also make the computers and stuff, right? I don't know. Why is there this disconnect? Why can't I do that on this? I get it's not as powerful. I don't want 4K. I want it, but I don't expect it. But I do expect to run a 0.001% CPU program that is so great. But why can't I have that on Xbox? Is it to sell PCs? Microsoft doesn't sell, I guess they sell laptops or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they do pre-built. You don't go to Microsoft.com and go, I want a 4090 PC. And maybe you do, but nobody does. So I don't understand the disconnect there. Let me put programs from this little, or on this big wide world and put them on this little box. Because people put it on this little box. What's the freaking difference? You're the same person. Give me the thing I want. I want head tracking, okay? I don't care. I want cool. We had the Kinect. That thing sucked, but it was an IR camera used. I'm just figuring this out. The Kinect existed. How do we not have head tracking in the Flight Sim on X? That doesn't make sense to me. That's stupid. And now I'm upset. And I don't know if I can continue the video. But Xbox is just left in the dust, and it's terrible. I'll explain to you the story on how I got out of this trench. And now I'm a PC guy. And, people take that for granted. People that play Flight Sim on the PC, not once do they look back on the Xbox people. And I'm telling you now, I've made it to the promised land. And I'm turning around, I'm looking at all you Xbox Simmers, thousands, tens of thousands, dare I say hundreds of thousands of people sitting there just getting porked from behind with no fun, no cool programs, no nothing. And I'm saying, come on, follow me. The PC land's over here. I want to bring you with me. I want you to be here. What did I do? I sold like 3 or 4 of my guitars. Didn't want them. I'm working on building hours for my private. This is important now, flight stuff. And I built a new PC for like $800, which is a lot. But that is a new PC. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a new series of graphics cards that just came out. You may have heard of it. People are dumping old systems left and right. Go on Marketplace. You see some, like I have, for $400 or $500. Will you take $350? They probably will, because people, I guess, like money. I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's stupid, and I hate money. But you can find a good PC, and just the free stuff you can get for Flight Sim on that alone is mind-boggling. It's outrageous. I mean, the channel's called Budget Flight Sim. If you watch more of my videos, I go deep into depth on budget ways to just milk. I don't like to just milk the sim. To just milk the sim for all it's got, like just free head tracking software, free in-flight sort of, like announcements, like passenger stuff for airliner stuff. There's lots of good stuff out there. So I'm scooping up as many Xbox people as I can. And although the dream is grand, where I want the world to have programs on Xbox, guys, I don't think we're going to get there. Look at stuff you don't use, sell it on Facebook Marketplace like a grown-up, and get a PC. Get a used one. Because if you're really taking Flight Sim serious, which I hope you are, that's the way to go. But until then, I don't know. Hopefully this video will stir up somebody at Microsoft to go, you know what? Let's not, completely shit on Xbox players. As if that's ever going to happen. But in our fantasy scenario here, maybe Xbox players are people too. Maybe people on consoles have like souls and families and like they're actually people. That's what I'm hoping will happen with a Microsoft executive. But Xbox people, I'm trying to scoop you up to PC. It's worth it. The world opens wide up. And people that are left on Xbox, let's make our voice loud, okay? I want people to know that Xbox people are players too. Xbox players are people too, is what I meant to say. And you deserve cool flight sim stuff too. That's it.